All right, shalom, kol Elohim la, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching me the truth. Salutation to the hopeful elect. All right, to you brothers out there across the globe pushing the truth with all righteousness and sincerity. To you few sincere sisters who hearken as well diligently. Peace, love, and blessings. All right, to the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, descended from our forefather Jacob, later named Israel, all right, and his 12 sons, okay? I just want to make this video real quick through the spirit, all right, going into economic collapse, man, all right, and we see it coming, man, all right, and I was having this conversation with, a coworker the other day, or yesterday rather, talking about how, they've been talking about a recession, or hard landing, however you want to, frame it, which we're going to look into that word as well. But they've been talking about a recession since, late last year and things of that nature, but they kept putting it off. You see, because we at the end of this kingdom in Esau, Edom, all right, the red man, the devil, or who's ruling the world today, the Illuminati, they're dragging their feet, man. Okay? I mean, it's ultimately the Lord putting the spirit on them to, get everything prepped together and, get ready to crash this place. All right. But in the meantime, they got to instill the fear in the people, create order out of chaos, create problems, and then offer themselves to be the solution and things of that nature. So they're still going to cause confusion, and have these controlled oppositions like the Donald Trumps and the rest of these guys, all right, to look like saviors. And then they're going to, later on talk about peace and safety. This has been happening throughout the course of American history. Okay. So, but Lord's willing, all right, because as the apostles deemed, so-called 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and that's what we're looking for. All right, so brothers and sisters, continue to get your mind right, continue to get your minds right, continue to pray, continue to fast, get your health together. All right, do whatever you got to do, man. All right, because it very much well could be this year. All right, and anyways. The article says, brace for a recession that may trigger a stock market meltdown worse than 2022, says top economist David Rosenberg. This was posted 20 hours ago. It says there's a recession looming. I'm reading the bullet points. It says there's a recession looming that threatens to hammer stocks, David Rosenberg says. The veteran economist said the potential sell-off makes 2022's decline look like an appetizer. Labor hoarding and debt-fueled spending can't shore up the economy for much longer, he says. Debt-fueled spending. Because on the debt clock, I believe it's about 35 trillion dollars America's in debt. All right, with these other nations. America's about 30 something odd trillion dollars in debt. Okay? So the government is spending money that they essentially don't have, and then on top of that, giving it to help out, Israel and in Ukraine, okay, everybody outside of America except for the Americans, But as the government is supposed to treat its people, all right, all right, but the government is treating the strangers right. There's a scripture on that actually, but I'm not gonna pull it, okay. But what the people's supposed to be, well off, but that just lets you know, okay, these devils that's rolling over the planet right now don't give a damn about you people, don't give a damn about any of us. All right, reading on, it says the economy is barreling toward a recession, and it could trigger a stock market meltdown that puts 22 to shame. David Rosenberg warned, the rubber will meet the road in 2024. And the bull market and complacency will unravel as the recession few will see and few are positioned for finally comes into view. The Rosenberg Research president wrote in a LinkedIn post on Tuesday, the painful drawdown in 2022 should serve as a reminder for what happens when recession risks get priced into the equity market. And that year didn't even see the real thing take hold. Rosenberg continued, referring to the S&P 500 plunging 19% and the Nasdaq Composite plummeting 33% 2 years ago. If that happens, think of what happened in 2022 as an appetizer, he added. We went into that year filled with smug complacency and extended valuations. much like we have on our hands today, okay? Yeah, because history repeats itself. All right. And that's the nature of Esau. Once again, c- order out of chaos, man. Problem, reaction, solution. All of those things. Okay? It gives the people a scare, or the economy is going towards crashing, and then something new comes about. Oh, never mind, everybody. We're good. Everything's fine. And then, the people start believing everything is fine. But even the scriptures say, I'll just go ahead and pull it real quick. Even the scriptures say they shall cry peace and safety. All right, so let me go ahead and get that real quick. I know it's in Thessalonians. All right. First Thessalonians 5:3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction." Yeah, because the people are extremely complacent because of the fluff, all the fluff on the media. Oh, everything's fine. No need to worry about the American economy. America's gonna be going strong for the next 50, 100 years, and all this other nonsense. And the Elon Musks aren't. Well, he's making the people like him are making these docile Americans believe even more that everything's gonna be okay. All right, because they're saying technology is gonna we're gonna be able to live forever through technology. We're gonna receive immortality through technology, which is not so. Okay, when you have let's say you have a phone for a long time, like I don't know, a Nokia from way back when, like the early 2000s. Y'all brothers know what I'm talking about, or a BlackBerry, or pages from even before that. All right, the good majority of the times, those the equipment that is formed from is going to be defective. Okay, because what it's going to be, rusting and rotting and deteriorating over time. All right, it's not going to work the same. It's going to be slower. Okay, so technology always has to be upgraded. So you people, that's about to take these brain chips and these microchips and things of that nature. You basically selling yourself to Esau, Edom, all right, as his pawn, as his servant. All right. It says for when, and that goes into the complacency because you're trusting in him. All right. It says for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right. Verse 4 says, "But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief." Yeah, because brothers, starting with the elders and the apostles, brothers is going to be is watching. Brothers are watching. We're going to continue to watch through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We're going to continue to watch, man. All right. So we're not going to skip a beat. We are not going to skip a beat. Lord's willing. But that was really the point on that. Let me go ahead and get this in the book of. I had something else on my mind, but I'll just go ahead and pull this. Zephaniah chapter 1. All right, and when you read this chapter, all right, it's going into the day of the Lord, all right, the visitation from the highest, man. Okay, which is the times we're moving into. But talking about the economy in particular, all right, this is the book of Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 10. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." Okay, and now that fish gate is talking about the marketplace, the thriving of the marketplace, man. Okay, and that noise, all right, the noise is talking about the first economic collapse. All right, but there's going to be a second one that's going to finish everything, and that's going to kick off Jacob's trouble. Through the spirit, that's going to kick off Jacob's trouble. All right, so the people are about to be in straits, man. All right, you see all of these I don't want to say it, let's YouTube them give me a strike again or whatever the case, but that's why there's been a lot of deletions. Are people deleting themselves, people deleting others and stuff like that, because there's no money in the economy today, man. The American dollar is almost non-existent. It's really non-existent. But you still got people out here saying, "Oh, cash is king," and yada yada yada. All we have to do is take all of our money out of our bank accounts. That's not going to help you. All right, because these damn devils, they're gonna crash that dollar. All right, they're gonna totally obsolete it, and everything is literally gonna be electronic. Okay, which they can play with those numbers and manipulate them to their advantage. Okay? So they can take as much money or quote unquote money away from them, away from you as they want. You know, that's why you see the situation with the banks going on today, like the JP Morgan Chases, okay, and the rest of them. All right. It says that there should be a noise of a cry from the fish gate and then howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Yeah, the hills is talking about the people. All right, the traders and the merchants, etc., etc. All right, that their stocks are gonna plummet, which we're observing that today. You know, and it's only gonna get worse. All right, verse 11. It says, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off." Okay, now when you look at Maktesh, all right, because I was watching the brother's video, you know, he was going into it, which, you know, it's the spirit. It's the spirit. All right, Maktesh, all right, Makah, this is the Assyrian Hebrew from right to left. It's Makah Tha Shah. Makata Shah. All right, Makata Shah. All right, so Maktesh or Makata Shah, it says a mortar or deep hollow, a hollow or valley, evidently in the greater Jerusalem area. All right, now when you look that up on Google, okay, just to give you an idea. All right, Jerusalem represents us, by the way. All right, Israel. All right, Maktesh. All right, it's called Maktesh Ramon in Israel today. All right, and it's a landform, and when you look at it, it's a very deep hollow. That light space in this picture represents that deep hollow. Okay, you could even see it right here. All right, right here in the center, that deep hollow, that's Maktesh right there. All right, and this was a place of trading. All right, or one of your downtown areas, your downtown areas in ancient Jerusalem. All right, so Maktesh was a mortar. All right, and it was, like I said, it was a place of trading in Jerusalem. All right, and just to prove that, when you go to when you read the NLT, the New Living Translation, in verse 11, it says, "Wail and sorrow, all you who live in the market area, for all the merchants and traders will be destroyed." All right, so there you go, man. So all the traders in Babylon, all the traders and the merchants in Babylon, are because Maktesh in the scriptures represents Babylon or America today. Okay, that represents America today because, as you can see, and that's the spirit too. And this is why the scriptures are parabolic. It's not literally talking to the inhabitants of Maktesh because what? There's no one over there today. There's no one over here. This is how Maktesh looks today. There's no one over here. All right. So I don't see not one merchant out there. This is talking about America today. All right. By process of elimination, because this is where the most commerce and the trading goes on. All right. So it says, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off." Yeah, they're not going to be making money anymore. They're not going to be doing business anymore. That's coming to the United States of America, whether you want to receive it or not. All right, so get ready. All right, because here I come. Thus saith the Lord. All right. Hey, the scriptures say the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night, man. All right. That was the point on that. All right, so that great economic crash is on its way, and there's another article that I actually had did a YouTube community post on it, you know, but I'll pull it real quick. It says unemployment will double by the end of the year with an economic hard landing inevitable, strategist says. All right, so now a hard landing is coming. I did a video on this page not too long ago, you know. You can soft land these nuts in your mouth. So a soft landing is basically, long story short, a soft landing is a spending by the government that will do enough to prevent a recession. Okay, a soft landing is basically it's like a pre-recession to avoid the actual thing. Okay, and this is where all of this spending comes from. This printing fake money and all of this other. That's where that comes from. America's spending money that it doesn't have. All right. So as I said, I wanted to look at it real quick. Hard landing. It says definition 2, or on a Google, it says an undesirably rapid decline in economic growth. All right, so a soft landing is a slower decline, but it's still a decline. And once again, that's why the government. That's why they've been talking about a recession or a shutdown since like around September last year, but it never happened because we was in a soft landing. All right, it was a slower decline. Okay, it was a slower decline, but now, all right, they're talking about a hard landing this year. It's going to be a rapid decline. Okay, because it's going to be a point in time to where all of that spending that America's doing is going to be cut off. All right, they won't be able to pass bills and things of that nature to keep this economy quote unquote afloat. All right. Once again, Esau's just dragging his feet. All right, but it's all through the spirit of the Lord. Okay, it's all through the spirit. But that was the point on that. All right, I want to pull this as well. In the book of Habakkuk, and then I'll close out. Habakkuk chapter 2. I don't know why that happened. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Yeah, so brothers is reading the scriptures, and we're able to line it up with the current events of today. All right. We're able to line it up with the current events of today. So we're watching, we're observing, we're keeping guard. All right. We're watching. So this watch goes back to the Hebrew word shamar, which means to keep or to guard or to watch. Okay. So it says, write the vision to make it plain upon tables. And this is why, brothers go out to the highways and the hedges and we do videos. Okay. Because we're making it plain upon the tables. All right, for the elect to see, because that's what we're doing. We're fishing out the elect, and we're telling brothers, okay, the ones that's choosing to believe that an economic crash is very much well on its way. Verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right, the vision is what? This place, this collapse, this place going down. All right. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right, and what is starting to kick up is starting to speed up. All right, it's starting to speed up some. All right, it's not tarrying any longer. All right, so Lord's willing, by the end of this year, all of this stuff is shut down, and I'm gonna jump down to the point. Let me see. Oh, verse 6, Habakkuk 2 and 6. It says, shall not all these things take up a parable against him? Talking about Esau, Edom. All right, when you read through, it says, and say, oh, Salakia, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, all right, which is America. America was increased, all right, by these damn devils, but the land wasn't even theirs. All right, this land was stolen. It says, yet it was increased and became the quote unquote greatest country in the world. It says, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right, when you go into thick clay, that expression, all right, that thick clay is weight of pledges or heavy debts. Okay, and once in America is in debt with all of these other nations, man. All right, and that's exactly why these other nations are starting to go to war with it. All right, like China, Iraq, all right, Russia, you know. Come on now, man. It's over for this place, man. All right, so America, like I said earlier, America's in about 30 something trillion dollars in debt. I think it's like 34, 35 trillion dollars in debt, man. That is wild. That is wild. All right. This place is about to fall like Rome, you know, which that a lot of that's been, being looked into lately. All right. But that's how you know what kind of time we living in, man. All right, for America to be compared to Rome. Rome revised, man. All right, and it's about to fall. Shalom.